I'm done with the cold. I'm done with the snow. I'm done with the ice. I'm done with it all. I'm done with winter. And I just want to be relaxing on a beach with my butt in the sand and hearing the waves crash, and I'm done with winter. Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to be doing a beach tumbler tutorial. And for this tutorial I'm using a 20-ounce from Maker Flow Crafts, and I'll have my link for them down in my description. And I went ahead and painted the tumbler. Like I said in my last video, I would take you outside and show you what I'm doing. But it's very, very cold, there's snow, and I don't want to take my camera out there. I just bought this thing, it's like my baby, okay? Really all I did was, you know, spray the spray paint on there. But I'll tell you what colors I used first. This up here, the darkest blue, this is a acrylic paint. This is Admiral Blue from Apple Barrel, because I did not have a spray paint that was dark blue. I thought I did, but I didn't. So then this like teal color here, this is Rust-Oleum's Lagoon, and then the white is just, you know, regular Rust-Oleum white. And then the gold down here is metallic gold, all from Rust-Oleum. And the glitters that I'm going to be using are this deep blue, it is Sapphire, and this is just the Walmart glitter. And then I'm using Under the Sea from Misty's Decal Shop. It is a chunky like teal mix. And then to help blend it, I am using this clearance glitter from the Glitter Grind. The label here, if you notice it later in the video, it says Halo. That is not the color of this glitter. Halo is a white glitter from the Glitter Grind. This was just an empty shaker that I had from using Halo, and I dumped this clearance glitter in it that came in a bag. So this is Clearance C, I believe it was. And then this is Desert Glow. This is the fine version. There's also a chunky version. And then of course Golf Sands, which I figured was pretty appropriate for this tumbler. So I'm using the Mod Podge method. This is my Studio Selection Total Face Brush from the beauty section at the dollar store. And Mod Podge, of course, wherever my Mod Podge is. Here it is. My Mod Podge from Amazon. With all of that being said, let's get started. First things first, Mod Podge. I'm going to coat my entire tumbler. If you want a longer working time, I suggest doing the epoxy method. I just don't like the epoxy method. I just really don't like messing with epoxy more than I already do. So that's why I use Mod Podge on everything. It's totally a personal preference thing. If you prefer Mod Podge, or if you prefer excuse me, epoxy over Mod Podge, then you go for it. You do your thing, boo. You don't have to do the exact same thing that I do. This is just my personal preference. And I'm just trying to make sure I got everything covered, because I do miss some spots sometimes. I'm not perfect, okay? So I'm going to start up here at the top, and I'm not really going to try to perfectly ombre everything, but I'm just trying to get all of the colors on here as quickly as I can. I mean, I'm going to try to half, I don't want to say a bad word, to like kind of ombre it a little bit, but not really, not totally. This is not an ombre. Get everything back in my container. I have had this glitter for so freaking long. Just a little side note, just something that I was thinking that came out loud, I guess. So now I'm going to go in with Under the Sea from Misty's Decal Shop, and I'm going to leave the shaker on, which is something I don't normally do when I work with chunky glitter, but in this case I am, just because I'm working with such a small area. I don't mind. Trying to pat it down really fast. I'm just trying to work quickly because Mod Podge does not have a long working time. I'm like frantically moving around. Okay, so now to blend that chunky glitter, I'm going to add a little bit of the clearance glitter from the glitter grind, and this is trying to fall off. So pretty much all that's doing is just getting in the like empty spots where that chunky glitter was and filling them in. Now I'm going to go on down the line and open up my golf sands here. Ah, don't do this. There we go. Oh, I just broke my freaking lid because I'm in such a rush. And I am just putting all of that on the white. If some of it gets into the gold, you know, that's fine. I'm not trying to make like straight lines or anything. Tap, tap, tap. And last but not least, the Desert Glow Gold Glitter. Also from Glitter Grind. I'll have my link for them in the description as well, because they are amazing. I'll have my link for Misty's Decal Shop down there too, of course. I love Misty's Decal Shop. And that did dry on some spots. Daggone it. It's okay. It's okay. I'll touch it up with when we put epoxy on. So that is what I have thus far. I'm going to let this dry and then do a couple generous coats of the Rust-Oleum Clear sealant, and then I'll pop her on the turner with some epoxy, touch up that gold, and add some waves. Okay, so first off, my turners that I have here are obnoxiously loud. So really sorry for that if that gets on your nerves. Gets on mine too, so don't worry. So what I'm going to do is I've already mixed up some epoxy. I have some other cups here going with epoxy on them. I saved this one for last. And I am going to just cover it in epoxy just like I normally would. I'm just going through and kind of like picking up those pieces of the teal chunky glitter that kind of got away from me there, and I'm putting it all back in my epoxy because I want to take that glitter and make like some car coasters or a light switch cover or something. I'm making just some little odds and ends things to take with me to my vendor event, and with my leftover epoxy that I constantly mix up an excessive amount of, that's what I'm using it for. So it'll be cute. I get my light switch covers and really all of my silicone molds at the Glitter Grind. So, I mean, they literally have everything. So, like, definitely go check them out. I'm going to hit that with a little bit of heat just to pop any bubbles. Now to kind of like break up that glitter and to just make it blend a little bit better, I'm trying to find my camera here. I'm just going to take these Apple Barrel acrylic paints. This one is Laguna, and then this one is Admiral Blue, the one that I used in the beginning. And I'm not going to mix them with epoxy or anything. I'm just going to squirt some on my parchment paper that I have over here. And just barely dip my finger in them. And kind of, almost like I would a Milky Way, run them through, you know, their corresponding like glitter colors. I don't want it to be very heavy. I just want it to kind of give it like a little bit more depth and a little bit of texture up there, so it's not just glitter, you know what I'm saying? And if it starts to look heavy, you know, you can wipe some of it off. But I am just going through with my finger, just like I would a Milky Way. But instead of going diagonally, I am just going horizontally. And if you want to drag just a tad of it down into the next color, just, you know, for like blending purposes, that is perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing with that Laguna colored acrylic paint. Like I said, not very heavy, just giving it a little bit of texture. And so now to me, this is the coolest part. I have a little bit of epoxy that I had poured into this tiny cup, and I mixed in some white apple barrel acrylic paint. I just put a little drop in, and I'm mixing it up now with my popsicle stick. I have this zoomed in. I really hope the quality is still good, because I don't have like super great spots to set up a camera over here on my epoxy station. So I am just going to take this white acrylic paint on a popsicle stick, and, well, it's a white acrylic paint with epoxy, and I'm going to drizzle it over the white here, and you can let it get up into the blue or that teal just a little bit, but this is going to be our waves. And I'm going to get a little bit on the gold just so it's kind of like the waves crashing into the shoreline. Okay, and so now I'm going to go in with my heat gun, get it really, really close to that white, and move that epoxy around so it can look more like waves. And you can always go back in if you want to and just add some. Now that that epoxy is warmed up really well, you shouldn't have to do any other, like put any more heat on it or anything. And I'm going to put a little bit up here too, just for like clouds. You know what I mean? Not really letting it, you know, drizzle all the way around the cup like I did for the waves. Just doing like some streaks here and there. Here we are the next day, and this beauty is cured and ready to go. And I was going to leave it like it is and just do like another couple coats of epoxy, but I came out here and I looked at it and I was like, it needs something, just something. So I found this really, really pretty decal on Etsy. It says life is better at the beach. I don't know if you'll really be able to see it because it's white vinyl on a white background here, but I'm gonna put that on my tumbler, and it's got like these little seashells on it, and there's the teeniest, tiniest little like dots that I need to weed out of it. And I know it's going to be kind of difficult, so I'm going to show you guys what I do when I have little itty bitty pieces of vinyl like that, because I wish you could print a white water slide, you know what I mean, like a white image on water slide, but that's not possible. So here we go with some vinyl, but I'm going to show you guys how to make it a little bit easier. Before I start, I'm going to do a little bit of sanding. It's just a little bit rough here and there, mainly around the chunky glitter pieces. And I'm trying to be really light with it because, you know, there's only one coat of epoxy. I don't want to be too rough, but I am just very lightly sanding around it. Now I'm going to take my vinyl, go ahead and place it right over my decal here, and I've weeded out most of it. It's just those little tiny pieces that I know are going to be a pain in the butt. If it was a water slide, it'd be so much easier. Water slides in general are just easier. I'm now going to put it over here. Where's my little thingy-merbob? There it is. I need to make a better one of these, but you know. So, place it where you want it, which I'm going to put mine, I don't want the white to touch the white, so I'm going to put mine kind of high up. And that to me already looks a lot better. I knew something was missing, so I figured a cute little decal would be nice. So keep in mind, I have not weeded those pieces. But now that everything is on the cup, it'll be a lot easier. Look how cute that is though. I love it. It'll be a lot easier to take my little pick and go in. I don't know if my camera will focus really good. But go into those little itty bitty little like dots in those starfish, and you can pick them right out. How cute! I love it. It just needed a decal. I wasn't going to do anything, but I'm really glad I did. So before I go here, I did want to start a new little tradition. At the end of every video, I wanted to give you guys a positive quote for the day, and this is so cheesy, but I'm calling it my cup of positivity, because you know, cups and positive, yeah, you know, you get it. I'm cheesy, it's okay. So, and I have the quotes on my phone here. Some of them have the author's name written, some of them do not. This one fortunately does. So your cup of positivity for today is, if people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. And that was said by Michelle Ruiz. I hope I said her last name right. But that is your cup of positivity for today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will make sure to do that at the end of every video from now on. So that is all I have for you guys today for my beach glitter alcohol ink tumbler tutorial. If you guys have any questions at all, like always, please feel free to comment. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.